This is day 31 of Audiomo.
Can you believe it? Day 31. We did it. We did it. Let's give ourselves a big hand. Yes. Seriously. Oh, stop it, you freaks. Get the silly freaks. Woo. I'm down here in the studio. Well, it's just an office with a nice microphone and a microphone boom arm and mixer and a couple of screens. Called the studio. What the heck? Wow, it's the end. It's the end. 31 days straight, not missing one day. I have to say, I'm proud of myself. And today I thought I would end it a little different. I did that little... Thank you, baby. Thank you. I did that little intro in GarageBand in about 20 minutes. Just fooling around. It got some really, really good sounds in GarageBand. You know, you could make yourself a nice little intro like that pretty easily if you poke around. But today I wanted to come down to the studio. I wanted to end this with a bang, baby. I wanted to record for you for the last time in Audiomo 2013 July edition. I wanted to record very similarly how I would record a podcast. In fact, I'm recording exactly like how I would record a podcast. If you don't mind, I'd like to go through the setup with you. I have my MacBook Air going into my mixer, and my MacBook Air is using a program called Soundbite, and it's basically a soundboard where you drop in your MP3 files and you assign colors and keys, and you could easily trigger a sound that's nicely labeled, clearly laid out. Let me just give you a couple of them. Here's one. Hi everybody, it's Peter. Today we're going to be talking about men's fashion. I don't know. Never mind. But if I hit this again, it gives you a couple of options. You can hit, if I hit this button called talk, and it's my mouse cursor over it, it's going to not mute, but it's going to really lower the volume. Now, the one thing I would suggest for these developers is to have a hotkey. You actually have to use the mouse button to hit this talk button. And then it brings it back, sort of toggles it. Then here's a mute, which self-explanatory. And I can still see the bars going that the song is playing. It also tells me how long the track was, the name of the track, and how much time left in it. So it's really good for a production. So I hit the end key, and that song's gone. So you could have your effects, like I had my clapping. Yay, and my little horn. Stop it. You guys, there's too much. Yeah, so I got a little rewind sound in there. So right now I probably have room for close to 40 different sound effects, and you can have different racks. So check that out. It's not a free program. I think it's $20, maybe $25. They have a new version. I'm still sticking to the old version because it works for me. I didn't want to upgrade. Pardon me. And so that's one thing. So I got that piped into my mixer. I have my nice, beautiful Heil PR40, which is also going into my compressor limiter gate, which is going back into my mixer. And that's what we got for sound. I easily can hook up it's a USB sound card called the iMic into my iMac. And if I got someone on Skype, I have a system called the Mix Minus where it pipes in their sound, but it doesn't reflect the sound back to the person listening. So they don't hear echoes, which the only thing I don't like about that is when I'm playing theme music, when I'm interviewing somebody or doing a podcast with my co-host, it's really difficult to get the sound so he could hear like our theme music. He has to put up a little bit of an echo. And the output of this, oddly enough, when I first heard this, I didn't like it, but now I definitely like it, is going into a digital recorder. So the output of the line out is going into a Roland R05 digital recorder. And the reason for that is you don't risk the chance of losing your recording when your computer decides to do an upgrade in the middle of an important interview. I have never had any kind of problem with this. The only concern I have sometimes is the battery is getting low, but you got to be, ahead of the game a little bit. Know if you got a long interview coming, you got to turn that put a new fresh battery in there. So there you go. And what I'm going to be doing after this recording is I'm going to be processing the file in Adobe Audition. Now, I've got some presets that I've learned from some of my online friends where I just press one button and my audio is going to be compressed. It's going to be maxed out, normalized that is, and it's going to be sweetened up a little bit. I'm going to sound even better than I do with my earphones on right now. So it's a couple step process, but you're going to hear a big difference if you listen to some of my earlier Audiomos where I didn't do that. And I didn't use the system as much as I wanted to, just because it's very convenient being able to grab your iPhone or your Android device or BlackBerry or Apple phone or banana phone and record something on the fly, which I ended up doing lots of times during the challenge because I just did not make enough time or always left it too late. The story of my life. Let's play a little bit, another song while we get going here. Here's a song I really like. Nice laid back beat, but keeps you going. It's not a song, it's basically a music bed. Just to let you know, I get some of my music beds from, I have a membership on Video Blocks. I think you get it for under $100, and they've got tons of music tracks, and they also have lots of After Effects templates. Tons and tons of things. Check it out, Video Blocks, videoblocks.com. I'm pretty sure that's it. If you're on Facebook, you'll see it all over the place. They really advertise quite a bit. And that's exactly where I got this track and the original track that you hear for the theme that I picked for the Audiomo challenge. Pretty cool. Okay, let's move on. A couple things I wanted to say. Today I'm going to be posting this a little bit differently than I did in the past, since it's the last episode, and you might want to hear a little bit longer than the maximum 5 minutes on Audioboo. I thought I'm going to post this on Spreaker. Spreaker is a fantastic platform for audio as well. It's getting more and more robust. They're very generous with the amount of time that they offer a free user, and I haven't hit that time, so I could post up to a 30-minute audio until I hit my limit of 10 hours. So on Spreaker, you could find me. I'm going to tell you, if you are interested in staying in touch and following some of the shenanigans that I get into, I'm going to show you or tell you how you can do that, where you could go. And I've got Spreaker set up so it's going to push it to SoundCloud as well. Again, I haven't upgraded to premium on either of those services yet. So SoundCloud works. The way it's going to work is going to push, when I put a new file up, it's going to push my oldest file away into the archives. And that really bothers me, but I am a free member. I don't want to ever have anyone take my content away that I've created on the internet. That's what happens though when you're a free member and you don't pay and you don't own the service. For example, like Tumblr. A very popular Tumblr blogger, or I don't know, what do they call Tumblr bloggers? Anyway, they had their whole account, shut down. So he lost whatever, lots and lots of work. I don't know the full details of it, but I've heard similar stories with YouTube channels, Twitter accounts. You gotta own the property. That's why knowing how to self-host a WordPress site is a very, very good thing to do. Yeah. So what I'm going to do is, we're going to be coming up on 10 minutes here, is I'd like for you, if you're interested, I've got an Elvis performance coming up tomorrow night, and I got to actually get to bed because I'm going to be a disaster tomorrow. But what I did was I quickly did a little PDF of the songs I'm going to be singing in my first and second set and what era I'm doing. And I wanted you to have that if you wanted it. And also beside the songs is the links to some Elvis videos of him doing those songs. A couple of them aren't concert videos because he didn't record the footage of him singing those songs. At least it's not readily available. And in that PDF, I'm also going to put the links to some of my other sites that I am on. I do YouTube as well and Twitter, again, Spreaker and SoundCloud. But most of the time, if you follow my Twitter account at Albert Hathazi, Hathazi, you'll be able to catch me at my worst, at my craziest, and at my doing one of my one things that I really like to do and want to get good at. That's entertaining and making people laugh and showing people how to do stuff. So somewhere along those lines. So if you want to grab that PDF, there's nothing, no opt-in. It's going to be linked to my Dropbox account. I'm going to give you a redirect, which goes from one of my websites to that Dropbox account. And it's going to be a little easier to remember than a crazy URL. And that's going to be at the website, thelocalmethod.com/Elvis. And again, that's going to be a PDF. I'll repeat it one more time. www.thelocalmethod.com/Elvis. If you have any spelling problems with that, or I didn't say it clear enough, reach out to me on Twitter. I'd be happy to direct you. What can we say? We have to say goodbye at some point. Let's start the tunage. This was the theme song for my Audiomo. I used it almost every time, especially when I was doing stuff with Boss Jocks. I hope everybody had a good time listening, had some fun, maybe got to hear what I like to do out there. I had a good time listening to some of you out there. Just a couple mentions, and there's a lot more I'd like to mention on Twitter, at Audiomo, at Emander, who I think is the man behind Audiomo, at Ray on Twitter. Now, believe that or not, that is Ray's Twitter handle, at RAY. I think he's got the coolest Twitter name I've ever seen so far. I might have seen at Ed, but that's pretty good, Ray. And also, a newcomer I've seen these days, at Audioboo America. This is exciting for me because I've noticed lots of Europeans use Audioboo, but not too many North Americans that I found. Way more Europeans, especially English people. And now to see that Audioboo's got a presence here in America, wow! I think you're doing good. Very glad that you're here. Thank you. So folks, thanks again if you tuned in even once, even for a minute. I want to thank you for taking that minute out of your day. I hope to run into you sometime online, whether it's the next Audiomo, whether it's one of my podcasts, whether it's who knows where. Reach out, say hello. Let's have some fun. I hope you find everything you're looking for out there, online, and recording, and doing stuff. This is Albert, signing out. Thanks a lot, guys. It was a great challenge. Thanks for putting it on, too. Bye-bye. Remember, my child, peace and tranquility is your goal.